Well, since I was 5, I attended the Maharishi University of Management, the actual elementary school. It was a K through 12 school where we meditated twice a day. We learned about the unified field. We learned about source energy, same thing. My question to you is, throughout my life I've been very interested in very many things. It's physical, musical, intellectual. I get, the same feelings riding a surfboard that I do playing a guitar, that I do having an intellectual conversation about philosophy or psychology or whatever.
Because all three of those, in the examples that you've offered, what they have in common is your alignment.
Mm-hmm.
The surfboard is an experience of aligning, so you're surfing through the eyes of Source.
Mm-hmm.
The music, you're in alignment, so you're performing through the experience of Source. The philosophical discussions, because of your early bent and reaching for alignment through the eyes of Source.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what you do when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. They will all give you satisfaction, yes?
Yeah. Therein lies my question. How do I take all of my interests and take all of my different experiences that I enjoy doing, like playing my guitar and singing and riding skateboards or any type of board for that matter, and support myself through it? I want to be a professional musician. I love playing my guitar. It's no better expression of my emotions than through my guitar. How do I bring all of these interests and different aspects of my life together?
Well, we are appreciating so much the clear platform that you presented here. It's going to make it very easy for you to hear this. So you described very deliberately alignment on the surfboard,
Mm-hmm.
alignment with the music, alignment in a philosophical discussion, alignment being the basis. But relative to the subject of dollars, you and almost everyone else are not in alignment when you discuss dollars. In other words, the idea of supporting myself, you said. How do I support myself? How do I extract from something that I am wanting to do the wherewithal to live experience? We were visiting with a magnificent musician one day, not unlike you. He was good at what he did too. And he described how tuned in, tapped in, turned on he felt when he experienced that. But when he tried to make a living from it, not only did he not make a living from it, but it sort of started taking the joy out of something that was formerly joyful. And we said to him, when you leave money out of the equation and you just think in terms of alignment, the resources flow for this reason. You see, on a subject like music, there's very little negative side to that for you. In other words, you don't think negative thoughts that parlay your productive music into a better place. In other words, that's happened long ago. You've got that skill, that experience is really in motion. That stream is really flowing. Even the philosophical discussions, you don't have to have a lot of lack in order to launch rockets of desires. You've done that. That vibrational escrow is already in place. But all day, every day, you and almost everybody you know have experiences relative to money where you have the lackful side of money, which is putting more money into your vibrational escrow. So the vibrational escrow is amassing. What we're getting at here is over here in your vibrational escrow, which is our way of saying your potentially future physical manifestations, but currently accurate present vibrational manifestations. In other words, everything that will one day be in terms of physical success is already being lived fully vibrationally by the broader non-physical part of you. So your vibrational escrow is already melding together all of the things that are important to you, both the things that you do that feel good when you do them and the prosperity that flows around them. It's already gelling there, but you're not a vibrational match to what's gelled there because you are still beating the drum of shortage relative to the dollars. So, all right, there's the basis. Here's what to do about it. If you were eating a wonderful meal in some restaurant,
I like food.
you wouldn't, at the same time that you're devouring this succulent food, you wouldn't be unhappy that you couldn't be over there eating that and over there eating that and over there eating that, because you're satisfied in this moment. And that is the key to allowing all of the abundance that you want to flow to you. If you can think only about the pleasure that you're receiving as you are experiencing your music, and you can refrain from beating the drum that keeps active within you an awareness of not enough money, since the money has already been called to you by you, and it's already amassing there in vibrational escrow, when you stop doing that thing that's the only thing that's been keeping it away, it has to come. It has to come. That's why once people get on a path of success, it's so much easier for them to keep it going, because you just begin to expect that, you see. And we want you to start saying things like, I let it in when I surf, I let it in when I am involved in my music. I know the feeling of flow. I know the ecstasy of alignment. So I'm seeking the ecstasy of alignment on other subjects, like dollars. There's another thing that we want to give to you here, and you know how when you surf, it's such an independent thing, isn't it? It's just you and your board and the current or the wave. And what others are doing, irrelevant. You learned your own strength, you learned your own balance, you learned your own timing. You found the equipment that you liked the best. In other words, it was an independent thing, and you came to trust your senses, and you got good at it. Same thing with your music, really. In other words, it was just you, not a lot of people involved in the actual getting to know it, getting to feel it, getting to translate what you're feeling into something that somebody else can hear. So really an independent alignment thing. Even in the philosophical discussions, you were raised in an environment where alignment was nurtured. And so much that you learned to talk about with others who had already let alignment be of paramount importance to them. And so much of those discussions flowed easily and felt so good because you had been trained the emphasis of alignment first. How wonderful is that? Now, you want to reach out into the world where there are opinions and genres of music and people making money from music and agents and people who will sell you and people who will buy you and people who have opinions about you. It's sort of like having a whole lot of people trying to get on the surfboard with you. What would that be like? Imagine a really big surfboard. A really big surfboard where 4 or 5 people had to work the surfboard at the same time. It's harder to imagine getting that board up just at the right time rather than doing it on your own. And we want you to feel, relative to your musical career, and it is big and it is in vibrational escrow, we want you to feel the independent alignment that is all that is necessary. You just have to leave everybody else out of the equation, because they don't know who you were coming in. They don't know what life has caused you to launch. They do not know what's in your vibrational escrow. And they and their opinions are irrelevant to what you let happen. So here you are, feeling really good about what you're doing. And here's someone else who wants a piece of you in some way, trying to guide you in some way. And they can do or think anything that they want and not affect your vibrational alignment at all. But when you start caring about what they're saying, now you're not in vibrational alignment. Now there's discord between you and what's in your vibrational escrow. And then the results are that discord that make it then feel like struggle. And struggle is such an anomaly to you because you are accustomed to that independent ease. And so have you been hearing the theme that we've been talking about all the time that we've been together so far here today? And that is, you are independently in alignment with who you are or not, but leave everybody in the peanut gallery out of whether you're in alignment or not. And in the same way clarity comes to you relative to surfing and relative to music, clarity will come to you relative to finances, relative to success, relative to everything. It's just the natural way for you, you see. Really, the answer that we're wanting to give you is, your work is to come into alignment with who you are and let the law of attraction bring to you and who you are everything you want through the path of least resistance. And when you leave the physical beingness out of it and you're not trying to work it out on a human face-to-face conversation thought level, but instead you're making it a vibrational match within you, it is amazing what begins to happen, the transformations that begin to happen. Good time for a segment of refreshment.
Thank you.
We are complete.